For decades, the world experienced what was called the China shock, a surge of affordable goods manufactured with low-cost labor. But today, we're witnessing a new, more profound transformation, the second China shock. This isn't just about cheap labor, it's about the relentless power of automated megafactories and cutting-edge technology. Imagine vast industrial complexes, humming with precision robots and intelligent systems, churning out goods at an unprecedented scale and cost. This technological leap is sending new ripples across the global economy, challenging established supply chains and forcing a re-evaluation of how everything is made and traded. At the heart of this new shockwave are automated megafactories. These aren't your grandfather's assembly lines. They are colossal production hubs where human intervention is minimal, replaced by sophisticated robotics and artificial intelligence. For instance, in China, some factories operate 24/7 with entire shifts of robots, producing everything from electronics to electric vehicles. This level of automation drastically reduces labor costs, increases efficiency, and ensures consistent quality. These factories represent a new frontier in manufacturing, capable of outputs once thought impossible, fundamentally altering the economics of global production. Central to these megafactories are smart high-tech production lines. What does the smart mean here? It refers to systems integrated with sensors, data analytics, and artificial intelligence, constantly optimizing processes. Imagine a line that can detect a faulty component, adjust machine settings in real time, or even predict maintenance needs before a breakdown occurs. This level of intelligence minimizes waste, maximizes throughput, and allows for incredible agility in manufacturing. It's a quantum leap from traditional factories, enabling ultra-low production costs and unparalleled speed to market, defining a new era of industrial efficiency. The output from these hyper-efficient factories doesn't stay local. It floods into the global supply chain, culminating at massive international shipping container terminals. These terminals, bustling hubs of activity, are often overwhelmed by the sheer volume of goods. Each container, stacked sky-high, represents the relentless output of automated production lines. While efficient in their own right, the scale of manufacturing now tests the limits of global logistics. This massive influx of goods puts immense pressure on port infrastructure and shipping networks worldwide, becoming a visual testament to the impact of this second China shock. This manufacturing prowess has tangible effects on international trade. Look at trade charts, and you'll see dramatic shifts. A trade chart crashing might sound alarming, but it illustrates how rapidly the balance of trade is changing. Traditional trade deficits, where a country imports more than it exports, are widening for many Western nations. But it's not simply about volume anymore, it's about the type of goods and their value proposition. Chinese-produced high-tech goods, once thought to be Western domain, are now dominant, creating an unprecedented economic rebalancing that continues to send ripples across global markets. In Western corporate boardrooms, these shifts are creating urgent dilemmas. Executives are grappling with how to compete against products that are not only cheaper but often technologically advanced and produced at scales their own factories can't match. The traditional competitive advantages of quality and innovation are being challenged. Companies face pressure to either reshore production at higher costs, outsource more to these hyper-efficient hubs, or radically rethink their own automation strategies. This isn't just an economic challenge, it's a strategic one, forcing fundamental questions about national industrial policy and future economic resilience. The consequences of this second China shock are profound, the fracturing of global trade. Rather than a purely interconnected system, we're seeing increasing strategic decoupling and regionalization. Countries are reassessing their reliance on single-source supply chains, particularly for critical technologies. This isn't a simple tariff dispute, it's a structural realignment where national security and economic independence are becoming priorities alongside efficiency. The seamless global marketplace is giving way to a more complex, potentially fragmented landscape, demanding new forms of international cooperation and competition. So, what does this all mean for the future? The second China shock is not merely a transient phenomenon, it's a fundamental shift in the global industrial landscape. Western nations and corporations must find new ways to adapt. This could involve investing heavily in their own advanced automation, fostering domestic innovation ecosystems, or forging new trade alliances. The era of simply competing on labor cost is over. The challenge now is to compete on smart technology, agility, and a resilient, diversified supply chain. Understanding this new reality is the first step towards navigating a future shaped by hypermanufacturing and fractured trade.